Okay, so I just shoved my LED into the little holes right through here. It fits perfectly. But what you want to do first is have something blocking the positive end from the metal, because you don't want any short circuiting happening, because the chassis is going to be the negative. So you don't want the positive touching the negative before it goes through the LED, otherwise that will mess everything up and possibly ruin everything. So what you can do is you can take some electrical tape, which I have right here. Take some electrical tape and wrap it around the positive end of the LED. But I find that really hard to do, so what I did was I just stripped the end right here, and I used the rubber piece that came off and slid it onto the positive end of the LED, making it work perfectly. Okay, so I just took my wires and strung them through these little holes right here, right there. And now I'm going to show you how to cut what you want to do is you want to cut these little pins so they don't stick out too far, otherwise it won't really work that much. But what you want to do first is bend them this way. Just for right now. Later you're gonna strip them, but right now you just want to bend them. And after you've done that, you want to hot glue or super glue, whatever you want to do. Hot glue or super glue these to the chassis so they don't move around while you're trying to solder. Okay, so what I did right now is I trimmed my negative wire, and then I stripped it and I soldered it onto the negative part of my LED. I already trimmed the negative part, and now I'm going to work on the positive end, which is this wire right here. So what I've done right now is I've tinned the tip of the LED and the tip of the resistor, and let's see if I can put this right here. There we go. I'm going to show you what I do. Also, I have some needle nose pliers right here, just so I don't burn myself too bad if I'm going at an awkward angle, like I am right here. So there we go. Perfect. Now you can see that that LED is, with that resistor, started on nicely. Okay, so right now I took my positive end of my wire and I soldered it onto that end of the resistor that soldered onto the LED. I just put some electrical tape right here because after you're done you want to tape it all up, so, or all the positive ends, so they don't create sparks and arc across the surface to create a short circuit. Now I'm just going to show you how this works. I'm going to turn on my Xbox. Bam, bam. There's your LED. Now I'm just going to solder on the rest on these on this side, and then I'll show you how to solder on this side. So now I have all three LEDs all soldered on and hot glued. As you can see, the first one, second one, third one. So what you want to do is when you're soldering the second LED and the third LED, when you attach the positive to this one, you want to take the wire that you soldered, like the positive wire right here that you soldered onto the resistor. You want to make sure that you soldered it to the outside, like not the inside is where the LED is. You want to make sure it's on the outside, so everything gets the full amount of energy to turn on the LED. Okay, so what I did was I forgot to leave a little spot for the wire that cuts across, so I just took my soldering iron and I burnt a hole through there, and then I soldered this wire right there, ran it underneath the DVD drive over here, and here's my wire. Now I burned out one of the LEDs over here because I've got to put a resistor on it, and I tested it and it burned it out right away. So I just replaced the LED over here, since, you know, you're not really going to see any LEDs over here. So I angled this one upwards and left that one there. I'm just going to leave two over here on this side. But I already soldered the resistor onto this LED. That one's ready to go. And I'm waiting for the hot glue to dry for this one. And I'm going to solder the last resistor onto there and complete everything. So you know what, I might as well show you this anyways. So let me just set this, just bear with me right here, I need to get everything ready. Shit, I lost my resistors. Oh, here it is. Here's my last resistor. Here we go. Gonna clip both ends. Bam. Bam. So there we go. That's my resistor. Let's place you right here. So, alright, here we go. Taking my, where are my pliers? I'm gonna take my needle nose pliers, grip it by the end right here. There we go. I'm gonna take, and I'm just gonna place that right up here. Get my solder, and I'm gonna, use my tip cleaner. I'm just going to, there we go, just for the tip. And I take my pliers, put them right down there. Oh shit! Nice. You're right there. Okay. Sorry about that. It cut off. So let me just show you what I did. Remember, I wired this through, connected it to the resistor, wired the rest over to this LED. I have this pointing up, so when the case is on, it reflects off the top of the case and shines everywhere instead of directly at the DVD drive. So here we go. Let me show you what it looks like once you're done. There you go. There are your LEDs. Everything is good to go, and I hope you like this video. Subscribe and ask me any questions if you need any help.